republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. I would like to welcome family members, friends, teachers, and everyone else who is watching today as we celebrate Kennett High School's graduating class of 2020. This year, we are celebrating our graduates like never before. Tomorrow, we will come together to award you your diplomas at Cranmore Mountain. This is completely different from all past graduations and probably from all future ones as well. But we want to make sure that we do this in a way that is fitting to celebrate each and every member of the class of 2020. You've achieved so much in your time here at Kennett High School and your entire academic careers. We are in this position today as a result of a global pandemic. This has changed what normal is for most of us. But my hopes is that we do not use this pandemic as an excuse for not moving forward. No, instead, I ask you to use this as an opportunity for us to grow, to learn, and to forge on as a country united. I know that in the coming weeks and months, you will be moving on, and that for some of you, you'll be entering the workforce. Others will be off to serve our country in the armed forces or the service corps. And finally, many of you will be continuing your education, enrolling in a 2- or 4-year college, and to pursue your degrees or certificates. And as all of you move on, I want to remind you of the tools you have at your disposal. Your Swiss Army knife of skills that will help you to realize your fullest potential. First and foremost, this includes the knowledge that you have gained through your math, English, science, social studies, fine arts, language, and career tech classes that you've taken over the years. But this also includes a series of skills that you have had modeled to you during your time here at Kennett and that you have been practicing and developing throughout your educational careers. These are the skills that can be used regardless of the classes you have taken, the career path you are on, or any of your future endeavors. These are the skills that will take you far in life. They will distinguish you from others and make you stand out. And while they are so simple, their importance can never be overstated. And in the wake of these challenging times, I ask you, the class of 2020, to please listen to these 10 pieces of advice and use them to your benefit so that we, as a society, may emerge from this stronger and better than we have ever before. So here are my 10 pieces of advice. 1. Be on time. Time is the most valuable commodity we have and something we simply cannot make more of. Your time is valuable, as is the time of others. So please respect it and honor it. And in doing so, you will find appreciation from everyone you interact with. 2. Have a sound, solid work ethic. Your commitment to doing the job and doing it right will always set you apart. 3. Put in your maximum effort. This goes with your work ethic, but if you put forth your best effort, people will take notice of it. They see not only how hard you work, but also how much you are able to accomplish. 4. Control your body language. It is estimated that 90% of all communication is nonverbal. Of course, I also read that 75% of all statistics are made up, but regardless of the actual percentage, nonverbal communication is extremely important. We say a lot of things with our tone of voice, our posture, facial expressions, or the looks we give. So I ask you to be mindful of this so that you are always viewed in the highest esteem, reflective of your true selves, as I know each and every one of you has something amazing to offer. 5, be aware of your energy. Get your motor going and bring it on. Energy is similar in a lot of ways to effort, but there's an important distinction, which is that energy is the actual strength and vitality to carry something out, whereas effort is just how you use that energy to reach your goal. 6, be cognizant of your attitude. Attitude, simply put, is a reflection of your behavior. So bring a positive attitude with you. Bring one that shows you are competitive and want to do the best. Bring an attitude that is compassionate and caring. Reflect the best of you, and notice will be taken. 7, harness your passion. Now, passion is any powerful or compelling emotion or feeling, and further, it can run from one extreme to another. But when you harness your passion, it becomes so clear that even the most casual observer will take notice. Not only will it set you apart, you will feel conviction and satisfaction in your accomplishments. 8, be coachable. The ability to adapt based on data and feedback is so important. Nowhere is this better demonstrated than from the teaching of Zen and the story of emptying your cup. If you are not familiar with this story, it's about a man who went to see a great Zen master. The man said he wanted to learn about the teaching of Zen, but he was someone who expected to simply get things his way. He did not want to change or truly learn. The Zen master filled his guest's cup of tea, but instead of stopping when the cup was full, he kept pouring the tea, spilling it out everywhere. He said to the man, "You are like this cup of tea, so full that nothing more can be added." He told the man to return when his cup was empty. So again, I ask you guys to be willing to empty your cup. 9, I urge you to do extra. Set yourself apart from everyone who does just enough. Going the extra mile pays off. Oftentimes you may not see these dividends in the short term, but in the long run, you will reap the rewards. And finally, my 10th piece of advice is to be prepared. Take the time to make sure that you're ready for what the world is going to throw at you. The more you prepare yourself, the better you will be able to handle any situation that comes your way. So this is the advice that I offer to you, the graduating class of 2020. I hope that it serves you well in your education, in your career, and with your family and friends. I know that I see these 10 things on display here at Kent High School. It is part of our culture, and I am so happy to have witnessed these skills grow and develop in the young men and women before you today. But enough with the advice. Today is your day. You guys have worked to achieve this milestone over the last 13 years. When you walked into your kindergarten classroom on your first day of school, and then the last 4 years here at Kent High School. Of course, I do hope that Robert Fulghum was not correct in his book entitled All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten, and that you did in fact benefit from grades 1 through 12 as well. Otherwise, we might be put out of business. And so as you leave here today, I want to leave you with a quote from the great Theodore Geisel, better known as Dr. Seuss, which my family chose to use in our celebration of life for my late grandfather. And that is, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. I offer my most heartfelt congratulations and wish each and every member of the class of 2020 the best of luck in all your endeavors. Today is your day. Go forth from the nest. Thank you.
Well guys, we made it. Our I's have been dotted, our T's have been crossed, and our Scantron sheets have been bubbled. You made it, whether you checked into Power School every day, or you lost your password freshman year and just haven't gotten around to asking for it yet. Yes, you've been meaning to send Mrs. Furtado an email, but it can wait until tomorrow, right? I think that this year is the prime example of just how quickly time flies. It's such a good example, in fact, that you'll probably catch yourself using it 20 years or so down the line when your kids ask, "Are we there yet?" for the third time in as many minutes. Looking in your rearview mirror, you'll tell them the story of your senior year, a story they will have heard countless times over. A story of how you too asked, "Are we there yet?" every single day for 3.5 years until one Friday the 13th when everything changed and you realized just how much you wanted to stay right where you were. Granted, time doesn't always fly in quarantine, as we know all too well. Those excruciating 3 seconds between saying goodbye to your teacher on a Google Meets call and actually clicking the hang up button are apparently when time decides to stand still. But when we look back at the last day that we walked out of our high school together, at the weeks upon weeks that have gone by since we looked each other in the eye, it seems as though 2.5 months have just disappeared. Seniors, when Mr. Danforth let you pull out of the parking lot for the last time, did you know you'd never rush out to your car again? Teachers, when the bell rang that Friday, did you realize that you were saying goodbye? Parents, when your kids threw their bags down that afternoon, did you realize you'd be stuck with us forever? My point is that none of us were prepared for this. One day, life was normal, and the next, we were thrust into a new, social distancing, mask-wearing, toilet paper hoarding reality. So what I've gleaned from all this is that our time is limited. Not in a morbid way, but in a way that should make us appreciate the time that we have right now. We never know when our world is going to be flipped upside down, and that is why we must take advantage of the present. Don't wait until tomorrow or next Monday or when you grow up, whatever that means. If you have a goal, a dream, or just an email you haven't gotten around to sending, my message to you is achieve it. Follow it. Send it. Congratulations, class of 2020.
So you've probably been in this situation before. You come home and your parents ask, "How was your day at school?" You say, "Good." They ask, "What did you learn?" You say, "Nothing." But this isn't necessarily true. You think the answer to that question has to be academic, but it doesn't. There are all sorts of things you can learn outside the class, literally, while you're on the right side of the hallway. The point is that you learn something. You just don't recognize it. It's true that you learn more about the specifics of what you're going to do later after high school, but that's not what high school is about. Think back to your most memorable moments here. I doubt they were all in class. In fact, I bet most of them weren't. They were when you stood up to your friend, when you scored that game-winning goal, or when you did something really cool for a science project. What all these things have in common are that you did something that you cared about, and you can learn a lot about yourself by seeing what you care about. That's the value of high school. When you're given as many opportunities to experience different paths as you are here, you're bound to find something that you enjoy. And to give some of those classes that you didn't like a silver lining, at least you know you don't like those subjects for the future. Because how could you have known unless you tried? So in the 4-year adventure of high school, don't think of any experience as wasted, because each one teaches you something. It just might not be what you expect. Benjamin Franklin sums it up pretty well. Control V. And it's hard not to agree with him after I've seen this class grow each year. Friends and classmates have gone from clueless freshmen to nearly full-blown adults, and I hope they understand the value of that change in the same way I do. So for the class of 2020, I challenge you to continue your journey of learning, to build off of what you've done here, and to become the best versions of yourself. There is no predetermined way for you to do that. It's for you to find out. And I wish you the best of luck.
It is my privilege this year to present the Parker Merrow Award to the graduating senior who has shown the most improvement during his or her 4 years at Kennett High School. Students are nominated for this award by a vote of the faculty. This year's recipient received an overwhelming number of votes by faculty and staff who have witnessed the growth, resilience, and resourcefulness that this young woman has demonstrated in her time at Kennett High School. Willfulness and tenacity are traits that she has learned to use to her advantage. It was her plan to complete her graduation requirements early, and through hard work and perseverance, she has accomplished that goal and is now planning to pursue a career in the trades. It is my honor to present this year's Parker Merrow Award to Stevie Bridges. Congratulations, Stevie. This year, Eagle Academy will for the first time be presenting the Eagle Award to the student who has shown the most growth during his or her time at Eagle Academy. The first ever recipient is a young man who returned to Eagle Academy this fall with a renewed commitment to himself and to his goal of earning his diploma. He took on a full course load and put tremendous effort into both his studies and his full-time employment. The shift on his outlook on his future has been significant, and he has taken responsibility for his success. He has shown appreciation to faculty, staff, and family, and has been expressive in his gratitude. It is my honor to present this year's Eagle Award to Connor Quint. Congratulations, Connor.
It is now my pleasure to announce the recipients of this year's Principal Awards. Each year there are between 3 and 5 recipients of this award. The Principal's Award has several different criteria, but ultimately is meant to highlight students that have done an outstanding job in their 4 years at Kennett High School. This may include overcoming barriers that presented challenges to their success. In other cases, it might be that the student is a positive role model and influence on students at Kennett High School. Additionally, it could be that the student represents Kennett High School as an ambassador, whether in our community or between schools. These students, simply put, are exemplars of the Kennett graduate. It is with great honor that I award the following 4 members of the class of 2020 with the Kennett High School Principal's Award. This year's recipients are Nathan Grames Edwards, Dennis Fligg, Hannah Frittenberg, and finally, Jackson Ogren. Congratulations to all of today's award recipients. We are all proud of you and all that you achieve.
Hello, I'm Virginia Schrader, Director of the Mount Washington Valley Career and Technical Center at Kennett High School. I am genuinely grateful and honored to be announcing the winner this year of the George T. Davidson Jr. Spirit of Kennett Award. The recipient of this award is voted on by the entire faculty of Kennett High School and the Career Tech Center. It is awarded to a member of the graduating class who best exemplifies commitment, enthusiasm, and leadership, as well as the development and furtherance of those activities and ideas that promote a common purpose and a true sense of community at Kennett High School. Literally, the spirit of Kennett. I am much privileged to have known this young man since he was born and have had the pleasure of watching him grow and mature through the years. He started his Kennett career as a little eagle in our preschool and has soared higher and higher ever since. This young man embodies everything we could hope for in a leader: integrity, courage, compassion, and humility. His enthusiasm for life and his commitment to school, sports, friends, and family is nothing short of remarkable. He is the future of all we dream about for this country. Follow in his footsteps, and we, as a nation, will persevere through anything and everything life throws our way. He is very special to me, all the faculty and staff at Kennett High School, and to his loving and adoring family. It is my sincere pleasure to award the George T. Davidson Jr. Spirit of Kennett Award to Dominic Jones.
Hello, class of 2020. My name is Tanner Kennett, and I am proud to not only announce this year's recipient of the Kennett Trophy, but also to have the privilege to take part in this year's graduation ceremony because of its honorees. Seniors, not only are you intelligent, creative, powerful, caring individuals, but you're also resilient, and that is a vital quality to possess these days. This year's recipient of the Kennett Trophy possesses all aforementioned qualities in droves. She is a true leader, role model, advocate, and musician. She has logged hundreds of hours of community service, organized countless fundraisers that have benefited so many, and played a key role in the band as both a member and a leader. Phoebe Lyons, your dedication to Key Club, Student Council, multiple honor societies, and Eagles for Action, just to mention a few, further justify why you are receiving the Kennett Trophy. Congratulations. You certainly deserve it. And I can't wait to see how you and the rest of the class of 2020 can mold the future.
Hi everyone. I hope you're all staying at home and staying safe right now. So before I give all of my groundbreaking advice, I just want to thank every essential worker in our area that is working hard to keep us healthy. I also want to thank all the teachers and staff at Kennett for making this year as normal as possible. Your enthusiasm and dedication is truly inspiring. I decided to record this speech here because this is one of the only places that we all got to be seniors together. It was our homecoming week when the football team beat Plymouth. Everyone cheered from the student section while getting baby powder in their eyes, and I sat on the track with the band and played our fight song way too many times. These are the moments to focus on, rather than the ones we may have missed. Being a senior isn't just about the final year of high school, it means celebrating all that we have done to get to this point. We began our journeys at different elementary schools with some of the most passionate and influential teachers. Shout out to Miss Blau and Miss Horan at Pine Tree. Then most of us met in middle school and found out that the glass hallway isn't actually cool at all. We had gained more independence and actually got to go on a trip together before we graduated. Finally, we got to high school and really started to become the class of 2020. Even split into 3 teams, though some of us got to walk around all day while others had to write on-demand essays, we found some of our best friends. For me, joining marching band was one of the best decisions I made in high school. Not only did it allow me to get past Danforth and leave lunch early a few times, but I learned how to be a leader and I met lifelong friends. By joining sports or clubs, investing hours into the career tech department, or devoting everything to the schoolwork, you all did the same. Everyone took different paths in high school, but it's important to recognize that we did it together. Just like our graduation, we can't all be there at the same time to celebrate our years of work, but we're going to do it together as the class of 2020. So with all this free time lately, I've really been able to reflect on the past 4 years. I went into freshman year thinking that the definition of success was A+ grades, how many positions you could hold, or how many advanced classes you could fit in a single schedule. But through struggling with each and every one of these, I realized I was quite insane. Now I consider success to mean being happy with where you're at. It sounds cheesy, and it's probably a song lyric, but once I figured that out, I could appreciate everything in my life even more. I realized that my friends are some of the most kind and intelligent people, and I wish I could have spent more time swapping homework answers with them. I realized that I would not be where I am today without the encouragement of my parents, and even though nowadays I could use a little space, I am undoubtedly grateful for everything they have given me. And finally, I realized that these 12 years of schooling were actually a blessing in disguise. The amount of personal connections and valuable conversations that I've had along the way will be cherished for the rest of my life. I think I speak for many of my classmates when I say thank you to Herr Wong in particular for being one of the best teachers I've ever had. I learned more valuable life lessons than I learned Spanish, but your class was absolutely worth it. And with that, I submit my final assignment to you. The last thing I'd like to say is that I know that it's difficult to say goodbye to a year that will never really feel completed, but it's just another thing we'll have to grow from. I know I'm a completely different person today than I was during my freshman year, and I'm sure most of you can say the same. My perspective and my opinions have drastically changed, and I'm positive that they will again. So remember to stay open-minded for the unforeseen changes still yet to come. It's been a pleasure to serve as your senior class president. Good luck, everybody.
1, 2, ready, play.